Hare Krishna. So thank you so much everyone for joining. Well, we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam from first chapter, and we will do sixth shloka. Okay. So, sixth shloka onward. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiryate Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiti. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first chapter, first canto, first chapter and sixth shloka. Okay, repeat after me. Rishya Uchu. Rishaya Uchu.
Vishaya
Uchu.
Sva Khalu Puranani.
Kulu
Purani.
Itihasani Chanagha.
Itihasani Chanagha.
Chanagha. Setihasani Chanagha.
Etihasani Chanagha.
Akhyatani api adhitani.
Akyatani
Adhitani.
Akyatani api adhitani.
Adhitani. Dharma shastrani yani yut.
Dharma Shastrani
Rishaya Uchu.
Vishaya vacha.
Tya Khalu Puranani.
Khalu Puranani
Puranani.
Etihasani Chanagha.
Itihasani Chanaga
Akhyatani api adhitani.
Akyatani Adhitani
Dharma shastrani yani yut.
Dharma Shastrani Yani
Rishaya Uchu.
Rushaya Vacha
Tya Khalu Puranani.
Khalu Puranani
Etihasani Chanagha.
Itihasani Chanaga
Akhyatani api adhitani.
Akyatani Adhitani
Dharma shastrani yani yut.
Dharma Shastrani Yani
Anybody would like to recite?
Prabhuji. Rasya vacha. Tvaya kalo puranani. Setihasani chanuga. Akyatani api adhitani. Dharma shastrani yani ta.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes. Anyone else?
Yes, Prabhu, I will read.
Yes, Mataji.
ऋषय उवाच त्वया खलु पुराणानि सेतिहासानि चानगाम् आख्यातान्यपीतानि धर्मशास्त्राणि ज्ञान्युत.
Thank you. We'll read the synonyms, the word-to-word meaning. Rishaya, the sages.
The sages.
Uchu,
Uchu.
said. Sva,
Va.
by you.
By you.
Khalu,
Hello.
undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
Puranani,
Puranani.
the supplements to the Vedas with illustrative narrations.
The supplements to the Vedas with illustrative narrations.
Sa itihasani,
Itihasani.
along with the histories.
Along
with the histories.
Cha and Anagha, freed from all vices.
freed from all vices.
Akhyatani,
Akshatani,
explained.
explain,
Api,
api,
although.
although,
Although
Aditani,
adhitani,
Aditani,
well read.
well,
well read.
Dharma Shastrani,
Dharma,
Shastrani,
scriptures giving right directions
just giving
just
right
give right
directions.
directions
to progressive life.
to progressive life.
Yani,
Yani,
all these.
all these.
Yuta,
Yuta,
said.
said.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The sages said, respected Sud Goswami, you are completely free from all vice. You are well versed in all the scriptures famous for religious life and in the Puranas and the histories as well. For you have gone through them under proper guidance and have also explained them. Purport. A Goswami or the bona fide representative of Srila Vyasadeva must be freed from all kinds of vices. The four major vices of Kali Yuga are illicit connection with women, animal slaughter, third intoxication, fourth speculative gambling, or of all sorts. A Goswami must be free from all these vices before he can dare sit on the Vyasasana. No one should be allowed to sit on the Vyasasana who is not spotless in character and who is not freed from the above mentioned vices. He not only should be freed from all such vices, but must also be well versed in all revealed scriptures or in the Vedas. The Puranas are also parts of the Vedas, and histories like the Mahabharata or Ramayana are also parts of the Vedas. The Acharya or the Goswami must be well acquainted with all these literatures. To hear and explain them is more important than reading them. One can assimilate the knowledge of the revealed scriptures only by hearing and explaining. Hearing is called Shravana, and explaining is called Kirtan. The two processes of Shravan and Kirtan are of primary importance to progressive spiritual life. Only one who has properly grasped the transcendental knowledge from the right sources by submissive hearing can properly explain the subject. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Tasmai Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahajana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahajana Radhika Shri Vishakhanvitam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya
Sri
Bhutale
Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamini.
Namaste Saraswati Devi
Devi
Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha
Shunyavadi Pasha
Shantave
Desata Jai
Jai Shri Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Vaishnavebhyo Namo
Namo Namaha.
Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Jai Krishna Chaitanya Gaur Krishna Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavane Shabhanu Sute
Devi Priye
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi
Sivasadi, Gaura Vriksha
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Vasanam Pangum Nangayate Grim Yatrapatam Vande Shri Guru Dinatanam Karmananda Madhvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So once again, welcome all of you. So we are reading from first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, first chapter, right? Entitled "The Questions by the Sages," and we have read up to fifth shloka and sixth shloka. Today we are reading. So we'll just read the translation of till 5 shloka, and then we will continue. So, or right, and then if anyone has their points, any points, they can just suggest, or they can just share here. Okay. Somebody would like to read the translation of first shloka, what we have read in the first shloka.
Shall I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. O my Lord Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the perennial cause of all causes of all the creation, sustains and destruction and the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on the water. So only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Second, anybody else?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, bro.
Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, the Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth, which is ununderstandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest uh, truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth approves the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Yasdev in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by his culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Next.
I will
Somebody.
read to this.
Yes, ma'am.
O expert and thoughtful men, really Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures, it emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including the liberated souls. Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Fourth one.
I'll read Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages headed by the sage Saunaka assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. Hare Krishna.
I'll read Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, ma'am.
I'll read Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Yeah. One day, after finishing their morning duties by burning a sacrificial fire and offering a seat of esteem to Srila Sutta Goswami, the great sages made inquiries with great respect about the following matters. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so just wanted to revise. That's why I thought we'll just read the translations till 5 shlokas. So hope everyone remember what we have discussed, and now with translation at least we can understand the flow, right? So basically in the first shloka we have discussed about the definition of the absolute truth, right? And then in the second, glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And third is the importance or the about the that is also the glory of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and also is requesting for everyone to take this nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Because it is very tasteful and very important, very nice. Okay, and then so now this basically from fourth, it is they are starting to ask the questions, right? Yeah. So we know that the Naimisharanya, right? This is the Naimisharanya is the place where the great sages are. Great sages headed by the Shonak Rishi. So Shonak Rishi is the head in that assembly, and he was, and they were sitting there for performing the sacrifice, and they see the Sud Goswami there, right? And then they wanted to ask from Sud Goswami few questions, right? So that before that questions asking, they are just so Rishi Aju means all the sages, they are setting the scene, they are just glorifying basically the Sud Goswami. So they are saying, respected Sud Goswami, you are completely free from all vice. You are well versed in all the
Puranas and
in all
Itihas.
the scriptures famous for religious life, and in the Puranas and the histories as well, right? For you have gone through them under proper guidance and have also explained. So basically, Prabhupada is explaining here in the purport, right, that from whoever we are taking the knowledge or this transcendental knowledge, basically, right, he must be free from all these vices, right? These four defects or these four problems of this Kali Yuga, basically, right? These he should be free from all these major vices, right? Illicit sex, illicit connection with the woman, right? Animal slaughter, right? Means eating meat, right? Intoxication and gambling. So these are the four basically regulative principle also in Krishna consciousness, right? We should follow when we are taking oath for or when we are taking initiation, basically, and before initiation also, right? In our Siksha levels, right? Before different Siksha levels, we have slowly and gradually we are progressing to the progress of our Krishna consciousness or
Prabhuji, intoxication means drinks only, no?
yes,
Liquor,
Not
sort of.
only drinks,
liquor.
Not about tea, coffee, no? Because
Coffee,
I'm not
tea
able
also.
to come out of that. Tea, coffee.
Coffee, tea also comes in that.
Yes, ma'am. The tea, coffee also comes in that intoxication because
Arey baap re.
that also contains the caffeine, right? So
Oh,
it's
oh,
not
oh.
good for our health, and definitely it is also affecting our consciousness. So try to avoid it, and definitely it's difficult in one go, but you can reduce it slowly. You can reduce the quantity,
I have
and there
reduced
are
the quantity and number of times, but one coffee and one tea, I'm not able to come out of it completely.
okay. There are Mataji. There are so many substitute for that. We have
Okay.
in our like herbal tea option is there. Herbal coffee is also there. So you can replace with that
Okay,
initially,
okay.
right? And even that also should not be habit, but yeah, whenever required, you can have that. So that also tastes similar, but it doesn't have caffeine, and that is a good way to mitigate these issues. I mean, like
Okay, Prabhuji, thank
yeah.
you.
So we can replace that without caffeine-free things, right? So that
Thank you.
is easy, ma'am. It's very, you can get it from our any temple or maybe in our
Okay.
center also. Yeah, like herbal tea or herbal coffee. Yeah. So those things, yeah. So definitely, in out of four these things, definitely we have to follow it. We also have to follow, and the one which is giving the knowledge. So basically, the here. Uh, Prabhupada is mentioning that Goswami or bona fide representative of Srila Vyasadeva must be free from. So we are the representative of Vyasadeva, right? Because we are also propagating the message which is Vyasadeva has written. So that's why it is recommended by Prabhupada for all the ISKCON members to follow these regulatory. Even in the intoxication, we know that the onion garlic is also coming. So slowly and gradually, we should try to avoid those things, right? And come to the sattvic ahar, right? Sattvic lifestyle. So Goswami must be free from all this, right? Then only he can sit on the Vyasasana. Like Vyasasana basically means the representation of the Vyasadev seat, right? So we call generally the sitting place from where the Bhagavatam is spoken by the devotees is Vyasasana, right? So it is representing the Vyasa. No one should be allowed to sit on the Vyasasana who is not spotless in the bed and who is not free from the above mentioned vices. So Prabhupada has mentioned in his purport very clearly so many instructions actually to follow. And then at the end he is saying, to hear and explain them in more important. So basically, this is also important. Actually, full of all the sentences are very important in this purport. The Puranas are also part of Vedas, right? So generally, we have seen many other Sampradaya people or many other devotees, other people in general, they know they respect the Vedas, but they don't consider the Puranas and the Mahabharata and Ramayanas are authority. They just say that is either the mundane people, they are considering them as a mythology, but that is not mythology, right? That is philosophy and that is history basically. The great history. Mahabharata means the great history of India, and the Ramayana is also an epic, right? It's a history. So these are also the part of Vedas. It's not like the different than the Vedas. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning here. And Acharyas or the Goswami must be well acquainted with all this literature, not only Vedas, but also the Puranas, the Mahabharata and Ramayana. To hear and explain them is more important than reading them. So to hear and explain them is more important than the reading them means not only we should read, but we should also hear the lectures and also we should explain to others. So basically, Prabhupada is emphasizing here about the Shravanam and Kirtanam, right? So we are hearing here, right? We are hearing and also we should do the Kirtan. So Kirtan means we should glorify the Lord. Not only Kirtan means not by the actual Kirtan, Hare Krishna Kirtan or any other bhajan, but even while explaining by Shastras or explaining the glories of the Lord, that is also called Kirtan. So Shravanam, we are hearing, right? The Srimad Bhagavatam and
Basically preaching also, it means.
yes. Okay. So Prabhupada is here emphasizing not only, to become preacher for all of us, not like only those who are expert in the talking or those who are expert in the explanation, they can only preach, but everyone responsibility is here to preach. So basically, whoever is hearing, he should preach. He should do the explain also. He should do the kirtan to others, right? Then only we will assimilate that knowledge more effectively, right? So when we start speaking, then only we understand, how much we have understood, right? That's why we also try to involve everyone here so that everyone, whatever our understanding, whatever we have learned in previous sessions or till now, right? We should understand, we should try to speak out. At least in this small circle, we can speak out, right? And then only we can come out of the hesitation or these things, right? To speak out this subject matter. And then when we are confident, we can go and tell our, right? We can start with our first our spouse and then our family members, and then outside family members, right? Relatives, and then we can slowly increase our area of right reaching like that. But definitely here Prabhupada wanted to emphasize that we should start doing this, explaining or start sharing basically, right? So share with our friends, with our colleagues or whoever, like is in our small circle from our Christianity. First we should start, and then slowly we should start to the explaining to the other people in general also, right?
But
Okay.
everybody can't explain. There may be very introvert people also. Na? We cannot be confident while explaining.
Yes, Mati.
That is also one drawback.
Yeah, Mataji, that is there. But I mean, that's what Prabhupada is explaining. Even that also, that we should just repeat the words, whatever we have heard. We should not manipulate anything, or we should not think from our. I mean, definitely, if we are not able to. I mean, like if we are introvert or like you're saying, right? So, but definitely. Whatever we have heard, we should try to speak as it is. So slowly and gradually, that will we can come out of this thing also. And we should understand this, that it is not. It is like we can say we can understand it like it is like this. Whenever we get something good, like we watch some nice movie or some nice video or something, right? We try to tell others, right? Or we tell in our language only, or casually also. But we try to share that, right? Similarly, this is the great subject matter, right? The Srimad Bhagavatam, which is helping us, and we should understand that this is very important for all of the people in general, right? So in that way, it is the service from our side. So if we have that kind of attitude or that kind of mood, right, that this is helping me, and definitely it will help others also. So I should tell anything or whatever I have heard, at least I should try. So if that is there in our mind, definitely that extrovertness also will come out slowly. So that way we can try to. Basically, we can also become a part of the Prabhupada's mission, right? Which is the spreading the Krishna consciousness. Right?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll read the 7th shloka.
7th shloka.
Anything, any other point, or anybody would like to share something? No. Okay. So, Yani Veda Vidam Shreshto.
Yani Veda Vidam Shreshto.
Bhagavan Bhadrayana.
Bhagavan Bhadrayana.
Annecha Munaya Suta.
Annecha Suta.
Paravara Vido Vidu.
Paravara Vidu.
Translation. Anybody would like to read?
Yes,
I'll read, Prabhuji.
Okay.
I'll read. Being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Sutta Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead, and you also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. Shall I read the purport as well?
Somebody else can read the purport.
Mata Prabhuji, shall I read?
Yes, Mata.
Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is a natural commentation on the Brahma Sutra or the Bhadrani Vedanta Sutras. It is called natural because Vasudeva is author of both the Vedanta Sutras and Srimad Bhagavatam, or the essence of all Vedic literatures. Besides Vyasadeva, there are other sages who are the authors of 6 different philosophical systems, namely Gautama, Kanda, Kapila, Patanjali, Jaimani, and Astavakra. Theism is explained completely in the Vedanta Sutra, whereas in other system of philosophical speculations, practically no mention is given in the ultimate cause of all causes. One can sit on the Vyasasana only after being conversant of all systems of philosophy, so that one can present fully the theistic view of the Bhagavatam in defense of all other systems. Srila Sutta Goswami was a proper teacher, and therefore the sages of Naimisaranya elevated him to the Vyasasana. Srila Vyasadeva is designated herein as the personality of Godhead because he is authorized, empowered incarnation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So yeah, in this shlok, basically again, Sud Goswami, the Shaunak Rishi and other rishis are glorifying the Sud Goswami, and they are saying you have acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva. So basically, this is coming from the parampara, right? These knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Vyasadeva, we know the history, right? What was the history? Vyasadeva has told to whom? Srimad Bhagavatam.
From Krishna.
Vyasadeva has spoken to
Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva to Sutta Goswami.
Sukdev Goswami.
Sukdev Goswami.
Yeah, not Sud Goswami, Sukdev Goswami.
Sukdev Goswami to Sutta Goswami, no?
No, yes, Mata. I'll just tell him. Yeah, so basically, yeah, Shukdev Goswami till Shukdev Goswami, I said. So, yes, from Vyasdev, and who is the Shukdev Goswami? Shukdev Goswami is the Vyasdev son. Yeah, so Shukdev Goswami has heard from the Vyasdev himself, and Shukdev Goswami is narrating this Srimad Bhagavatam to whom?
To Parikshit Maharaj.
To the Parikshit Maharaj, right? So when in that assembly, when Shukdev Goswami was narrating the same Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, there are so many other sages also sitting there, right? Even Vyasdev was also sitting, right? And among that assembly, the Sud Goswami was also there. Okay, this we have discussed last time also, right? So Sud Goswami has learned the same knowledge basically from Vyasdev to Sukdev Goswami, and from Sukdev Goswami to when he was narrating to Parikshit Maharaj, he was also present. So Sud Goswami is the bona fide listener, right? Yeah, he accepted or he assimilated this Srimad Bhagavatam from the Sukdev Goswami directly, and that's why now in the Naimisharanya, when the sages headed by the Shaunak Rishi, they have seen the Sud Goswami. They are asking, or they are glorifying the Sud Goswami, that they know that the Sud Goswami has the same knowledge what Vyasdev has propagated. And so, who is the Vyasdev? Vyasdev is the incarnation of God, Vishnu only, right?
Krishna.
He is the literary incarnation. So, because Vyasdev has only written all the literatures, most of the literatures, right? Vedas, Upanishads, right? Puranas, and even the Brahma Sutras, right? Even the Vedanta philosophy, the Vedanta basically, right? So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we have understood that is the natural commentary on the Brahma Sutra or the Vedanta Sutra, right? So, that's why, the Vyasdev has written many scriptures, many Puranas, many other scriptures, but the Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentation of the Brahma Sutra or the Vedanta Sutra. So it is very important for all of us, and we know. Okay, we'll get to know actually in subsequent shlokas that the Vyasdev, even he has written many other scriptures. He was not satisfied, right? And then he got instruction from his guru, his spiritual master, the Narad Muni, and Narad Muni has instructed him to write the Srimad Bhagavatam. And so that will come very, very elaborately, but I'm just saying in the summary so that we'll have the context. So then Vyasdev Vyasdev took the instruction of Narad Muni and he set for meditation, and then he basically Narad Muni instructed him to write exclusive about the Lord and his glories, Lord's glories and devotees' glories, right? So that's how the Srimad Bhagavatam is compiled by the Vyasdev. Okay, so that's why it is very important, because it is full of devotional service, right? We'll continue till 8th, then we'll try to cover one shloka, one question also by the sages. Vetatvam somya tat sarvam
Vetam saumya tatsarvam
tatvatastad anugrahat
tatvatastad anugrahat
bruvyu
bruvyu
snigdhasya
dasya
shishyasya
sikyasya
Snigdhasya Sishyasya
Ruhu snigdhasya shishyasya gurvo guryam api uta
guruvo
guryam
guru
api uta. Yeah, translation. Somebody want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. And because you are submissive, your spiritual master have endowed you with all the faith bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. Prabhuji, shall I continue the purport?
Somebody else can read. Huh? Somebody else can get chance.
I can read, Prabhu. The secret of success in spiritual life is in satisfying the spiritual master and thereby getting his sincere blessings. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur has sung in his famous 8 stanzas on the spiritual master as follows. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master. Only by his satisfaction can one please the personality of Godhead. And when he is dissatisfied, there is only a walk on the path of spiritual realization. It is essential, therefore, that the disciple be very much obedient and submissive to the bona fide spiritual master. Srila Sutta Goswami fulfilled all the qualifications of a disciple, and therefore he was endowed with all the favors by his learned and self-realized spiritual masters such as Srila Vyasadeva and others. The sages of Naimisharanya were confident that Srila Sutta Goswami was a bona fide. Therefore, they were anxious to hear from him.
Very good. Thank you, Auntie. So, yeah. So here, basically, they are again glorifying Sud Goswami and telling that you are the Tvam Swamya, right? Swamya means he is the gentle and simple, and Snigdhasya, right? Snigdhasya means submissive. Therefore, your gurus endowed you with favors. Yeah. So he is the submissive to his guru, and that's why guru has bestowed his blessings on him, so that he will also impart the same knowledge, or the transcendental knowledge without any deviation, right? So here, this Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, which Prabhupada is talking about, which prayer here, or which song, basically?
Is it
Anybody knows?
8 this one
Cheto Darpana.
Cheto Darpana Marjanam?
No, Chetadarpan Marjanam. Who gave? No, Mataji. Who gave that Chetadarpan Marjanam?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given. But here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti has sung, or he has written this 8th stanza. In the
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya.
No, Prabhuji. One more, another one. Which one is another one?
Prabhuji, this Mangala.
Mangalarti, right? Yeah, Samsardava, which is called Guru Ashtakam, right?
Yes,
so in ISKCON we have Mangalarti at 4:30 morning, right? So whenever you will go to any ISKCON temple, Generally, this Mangalarti is what? The Guru Ashtakam. So Guru Ashtakam means the glorifying the Guru. Right? We start our day with the Guru Arti. This is Guru Ashtakam, is given by the Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And in this 8th stanza is talking about, what is the 8th stanza? Anybody remember? Samsara Dava full? Samsara Dava. Samsara
Yasya
Dava.
Prasad Bhagavad Prasad, that one.
Yeah, yes, bro. Yashya Prasada Bhagavad Prasado. Yashya Prasadan Nagati Kato. So that is the 8th stanza which is saying that Yashya Prasada Bhagavad Prasado. Basically, if spiritual master is pleased, then only Lord will be pleased. Right? So only by his satisfaction can one please the personality of Godhead. So that's why Guru is very important. And to please Guru, to follow his instruction is very important. Right? Prabhupada, in first canto, in his purport, gave many instruction, many nice points actually, and actually he mentioned also that everything about the devotional service he has mentioned in his purports of first canto, and it's very important actually. First canto purports are very important, and we should understand even every line. It's saying so much to progress in our bhakti. So this is important, right? We should understand that Guru's importance is very much in our life for progressing our spiritual bhakti, spiritual path and the bhakti process, the devotional service, right? And when the so this stanza basically Yasya Prasada Bhagavad Prasado Yasya Prasada Nagati Gautam. So if he has not, so that is given in the shloka that if only the Guru is pleased, then only we can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And negation is also done. Then if Yasya Prasada, so if he has not pleased, then Nagati Gautam. Then there is no Gati in our spiritual life. Right? So there is nothing we can do by our own. We should need the mercy of the Guru. We should need the mercy that our Guru is pleased with us. So to please, so like even the last question, Geetanta was saying that we can't. I mean, if somebody is introvert, he can't speak out or that. So that here, one more thing, Mataji, that like we want, if we wanted to please the Guru, wanted to please the our Guru Parampara Srila Prabhupada, then we will try to develop that habit or try to develop that quality that because that is pleasing the Guru, right? That pleasing the our founder and Acharya Srila Prabhupada, that if we are getting this knowledge, we should also share this knowledge, right? So that way we can try to please the Guru, right? So that's why it is essential, therefore, that disciple be very much obedient and submissive to the bona fide spiritual master. So this is also very much important, very nice points Prabhupada is writing. Should be obedient and submissive to the bona fide. We should not, even we should understand and we should explain the things as it is. We should not, that's what the meaning of submissiveness and obedience. Whatever we have heard, we are, as it is, we are explaining. Like Prabhupada, whatever he has written from his Guru Maharaj and senior acharyas in the parampara, he is giving us that as it is. Then Srila Sud Goswami fulfilled all these qualifications as a disciple, and therefore he was endowed with all favors by his learned and self-realized spiritual master. Right? So that's why sages of Naimisharanya are very much confident that Sud Goswami is the bona fide, and whatever he will speak the bona fide knowledge. Okay. Okay. So now it is coming the question. I think from 9th, one first question will come. What the Naimisharanya sages are asking to the Sud Goswami. So basically, when we get some learned person like Sud Goswami, right, we should ask the spiritual question. We should ask some not any mundane or not any material questions. Basically, we should understand that personality can give us the highest knowledge, right? And the spiritual knowledge is the highest knowledge. So we should ask that spiritual knowledge, which will take out us from this material world, right? The clutches of this material world. Okay, so we'll read the translation. Please, therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us in an easily understandable way what you have ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. So this is the first question. What you have ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. Just read the purport. Purport, somebody would like to read?
Shall I read?
Yes, ma'am.
In Bhagavad Gita, worship of the Acharya is recommended. The Acharyas and Goswamis are always absorbed in thought of the well-being of the general public, especially their spiritual well-being. Spiritual well-being is automatically followed by material well-being. The Acharyas therefore give directions in spiritual well-being for people in general. Foreseeing the incompetencies of the people in this age of Kali or the iron age of quarrel, the sages requested that Sutta Goswami give a summary of all revealed scriptures because the people of this age are condemned in every respect. The sages therefore inquired of the absolute good, which is the ultimate good for the people. The condemned state of affairs of the people of this age is described as follows. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mantaji. So this is the first question. So these sages of the Naimisharanya will ask 6 questions to the Sud Goswami. And first question is, what is the ultimate good for the people in general? What is the ultimate good for the people? So basically, ultimate good they are asking, right? Ultimate good is not like how they can get the money, how can they get the some material prosperity or something, right? No, but here ultimate good is the spiritual well-being, and Prabhupada is writing spiritual well-being is automatically followed by the material well-being. So once we get that spiritual well-being, material well-being come, right? So, and acharyas, right, therefore gives direction the spiritual well-being. They give importance to the spiritual well-being of people in general, not the material prosperity or other things, but the spiritual. So this is the first question they ask. Okay, and then in continuation, this is also very nice shloka. So we'll just recite this and we'll try to understand this. Prayena alpayusha sabhya.
Prayena payusha sadhya.
Kalau asmin yuge jana.
Kalau asmin yuge jana.
Manda sumanda matayo.
Mandas manda matayo.
Manda bhagya hi upadrita.
Manda bhagya hi upadrita.
So this is translation. Somebody would like to read?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed.
Yeah. So purport is a little big. I'll just say. So basically, we'll understand the translation first. So Sud Goswami, the rishis headed by the Shaunak Rishi, they are asking the ultimate good for the people in general, right? And this basically people in general of the Kali Yuga, right? And then Prabhupada is also explained here, right? The condemned state of affairs of the people in this age is described as follows. So this is the condemned state of the Kali Yuga people. So this is basically the qualities or the properties of the Kali Yuga people. What is that? Prayana Alpayusa. So the people of the age, the Kali Yuga people will have the short lives, right? Prayana Alpayu. Right? Alpayu means the short lives, right? And they are the quarrelsome, right? This Kali means Yuga Jana. The people in Kali Yuga, the Kali Yuga people will be quarrelsome. We see, right? Anything happen, small thing also, people start fighting, right? They don't have any, this thing, or tolerance, right? Zero tolerance nowadays, right? People are, anything happen, they just come to fight with you. And definitely they are lazy. They don't wanted to understand the spiritual knowledge, right? So we wanted to be in ignorance always, right? Lazy and misguided. So many people in general, they are misguided by the so-called spiritual gurus, right? And they are unlucky, right? And above all, they are always disturbed. Upadrita means they are always disturbed. So these are the qualities, right? We can see also these in the Kali Yuga people. Okay, so first paragraph, somebody read the paragraph.
Prabhuji, if nobody's reading, then I'll read.
Yes,
Mataji, may I read?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. The devotees of the Lord are always anxious for the spiritual improvement of the general public. When the sages of Naimisharanya analyzed the state of affairs of the people in this age of Kali, they foresaw the men would live short life. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened not so much because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. By keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living SAP, living SAP,
what is the SAP means?
the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is shortened.
Yeah. So yes, Mataji, it's
I will continue, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, one second. We'll just discuss this little bit. Yeah. So basically, it's clear actually, right? Here we understand that in the Satyuga, the people are living in the thousands of years, right? And then from Satyuga to the Dwapar Yuga and Treta Yuga to Dwapar Yuga. So slowly, the lifespan basically of people are reducing, and in the Kali Yuga, it's very short life. So basically, the devotee of the Lord, they are anxious and they are worried about the people of Kali Yuga and how they will get this transcendental knowledge, or how they will become that basically they will come to the spiritual path, right? And they will understand this subject matter, devotional subject matter. So that's why they are asking. They will ask Sud Goswami, what is the ultimate good for the people first, and then next question will come, which will follow. We'll just read. Just complete this and then. Yeah.
The people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially, but in the matter of self-realization. The human life is especially meant for self-realization. That is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what the supreme truth is. Human life is a means by which the living entity can end all the miseries of the hard struggle of life in material existence, and by which he can return to Godhead, his eternal home. But Due to a bad system of education, men have no desire for self-realization. Even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so basically in this also, I missed this. Basically, Prabhupada is mentioning about the short lives reason also, right? Not because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits and overeating, over sense gratification, right? Over depends on another mercy. These things are taking out this our basically vitality of human energy, right? So here also in the lazy terms, what I was also right from the Prabhupada's purport only, we get to know that it is not about the material prosperity here. But definitely for material gain, we are doing so much hard work, right? So it's not, we can't say that they looks like lazy, but lazy means for the self-realization, for the spiritual knowledge, right? People still, those who are working hard, I mean from a uh, I'll one example I'll just quote, I mean from my childhood, like in the school time, when I know, I mean in Sundays generally we got only school time, we get only Sundays, right, for sleeping. Otherwise in the morning we have to get up and go to the school early morning. But in Sundays generally, so the small kids, they generally sleep, right? I was I mean basically I completed my schooling in the boarding school, the Navodaya Vidyalaya. So there we are all together. We are living and we are studying, playing everything. So Sunday generally morning, those who wanted to play cricket, they get up even more earlier than regular days. They go and play. So like that. For material thing, they wanted to. That is good actually, this whole thing. But I'm just quoting example that the same thing we are seeing, right? If you want to go to office or we have to go for something else, we are getting up early, right? And we are going for that. But if you have to get up early for Mangal Arati, we are not doing, right? We are lazy, right? So this is the example. This is the thing we can understand, that we wanted to get the material gain. So we are very active. But when it is come to the spiritual thing, we thought, okay, leave it. We can do it later also. That's the laziness. Okay, next.
I'll read Prabhuji.
Yes, ma'am.
In this age, men are victims not only of different political creeds and parties, but also of many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, such as cinema, sports, gambling, club, mundane activity, libraries, then bad associations, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickerings, and so on. Their minds are always disturbed and full of anxieties due to so many different engagements. In this age, many unscrupulous men manufacture their own religious faiths which are not based on any revealed scriptures. And very often people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by such institutions. Consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried out that the people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of body. The student Brahmachari communities are no longer being maintained, and householders do not observe the rules and regulations of the Grahastha. Consequently, the so-called Varnaprasthas and the sannyasis who come out of such Grahastha are easily deviated from the rigid path. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithlessness. Men are no longer interested in spiritual values. Material sense gratification is now the standard of civilization. For the maintenance of such material civilization, man has formed complex nations and communities. There is a constant strain of hot and cold wars between these different groups. It has become very difficult, therefore, to raise the spiritual standard due to the present distorted values of human society. The sages of Naimisaranya are anxious to disentangle all fallen souls, and here they are seeking the remedy from Srila Sutta Goswami. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. So, any thoughts here? So Prabhupada is writing here about basically all the even householders and brahmacharis and others different varnashram system, right? There, everyone is right. They're not doing their right duties actually. That's why it is creating the problem, right? But still, the sages of Naimisharanya are anxious to disentangle all fallen souls, right? They are our actual well-wisher. They wanted to give something which by which we can be out of this material entanglement, right? The fallen souls such as like us, they can get out of this material miseries. So they are asking, that's why they are asking to the Shuddha Goswami. So what is that ultimate thing, right? Yeah. So this is again, this will be the second question. So we'll continue from text 11 next week. Yeah, so first question, remember, okay? All the 6 questions will come one by one, and try to remember those questions, and then we will get the answers also from Sudha Goswami. So any question and comment here? I think it's clear, right? Or anything you want to share, something on the from purport or till now what we have read? Hare Krishna. Yes. Okay, so if no question, then we can pause here and pause our discussion, and then we'll continue next week.
Yes.
Is it okay? Yeah. Okay. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.